you've got to admit that scene is probably the best thing you're going to see all day. Assetto Corsa Rally is coming out with 0.2, and it comes with a few interesting things. It's not a big update, but it comes with 2 pieces of content and some improvements. The first one is likely going to have all Italians raising spaghetti to hit me in the head. It's the Livigno ice circuit, the Ghiacciodromo, and we have a new car, the Alpine A110 Group 4 car. The ice circuit is just a circuit, it's not a full stage, so it won't be as big as the stages, just a very, very small circuit to symbolize that we are indeed in winter time and can have some awesome slides around. There are many small improvements they say they have made, including fixing force feedback inconsistencies and something that says improved gravel and tarmac physics in tire models based on new data that we acquired. Rally drivers validated the new handling. The tire model will keep evolving during the early access based on new field research, data, feedback from players and rally drivers. They have also stated that for this update, they are trying to increase the overall number of inputs that can be brought into the game and compatibility of said inputs. I can say for myself, the ImSim Talentos still are a pain in the butt to get through, and likely it will be the same case with other pedals or wheelbases. So if it is improved, tell us in the comments below if your stuff is working or not working. We're actually going to start at the Savern stage to talk about some of the improvements that I've noticed in this version. The first one is related to graphics. They have stated in changelog that they improved the shader cache logic to better utilize the GPU, and it does seem like there's a small improvement on with FPS at 1440p and also at 4K. So those of you with lower end graphics card probably also are going to see some improvements. But the thing about the graphics is not just the overall number of FPS that you get. And with this game, it feels that the FPS is definitely a little more stable. So that is, for me, a very good improvement. Another one is related to braking. In this case, with the tire model, likely some improvements they've made on the tire model that are now seen in braking, is that the braking, it feels easier and it's not as easy to lock as before with non-ABS cars. And you still have control somewhat of when the car is still locking a little bit of the tires. That's a huge improvement that I've seen, especially in the Lancia. I couldn't drive the Lancia to save my life if I could, because I would lock the tires everywhere, even with just a small whiff of brake, and that is not so much the case. I still die with it, but it feels a little bit fairer than it was before. As for the Alpine, this reminds me of the Giulia on steroids. It's much faster than the Giulia, it seems, and it feels like it has a very short wheelbase because the car is always wanting under braking to go sideways. So in this circuit is actually quite fun because all of the twisties, and this thing just flies. 180 horses, it's not very heavy. 0 to 60 in about 7 seconds, which for a car of this age is absolutely supercar territory, or close to that. It handles like a dream with these tires, and it's super, super fun.
Keep right, narrows, into 2 left long, 150.
So as I brake here, much more control without locking so much of the tire. Huge difference in terms of handling, and I also feel like there's better force feedback right now. One thing that I've noticed is that the force feedback early in 0.1 actually scaled with the rotation, so I would have to max out the rotation in the game and keep the game in that wheel in that rotation, and the game will do some sort of soft lock. If I didn't, I would have the force feedback kind of messed up. And another thing was that you'd have to really raise the gain to about 150 to 200. and you would still not get into a situation where the force feedback became fully saturated. In this case, I was able, with this new force feedback algorithm they're using, I'm able to go back to 100 and probably even lower than that, and lo and behold, I do have some details back that I didn't before. Oh my god! Talking about all this stuff in driving rally is not very easy, I can tell you. So, the tires feel a little happier, and the force feedback feels that it has more details in. Could also be the change in my wheelbase. There's a new force feedback algorithm as well for the Club Sport DD. Plus, could be that, but I highly doubt it. So have a look. Tell me in the comments what you're seeing or feeling in your side. Man, this is a really mentally taxing thing, driving while you're doing all of this stuff. So the result of all of these small changes with the graphics, with the force feedback and the tires, is that the game feels snappier and the cars feel a little more pointy.
Caution, 5 left long, don't cut, 40. 4 left, long, 100.
Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no.
Right into 1 left.
I love this game, man. This game is awesome.
Right,
oh, man.
50.
It's such a fun car. This thing just darts around.
50.
It's awesome.
Flat left, finish.
What an amazing car. And we're finished. And I actually beat my time by about, what, 20 seconds or something? Not too bad. As for the Ghiacciodromo, it's the last time I'm going to say this because the Italian people will definitely be raising their pitchforks made of spaghetti. I'll be saying ice circuit now. This is a really simple circuit, 900 meters long. It's just really made to have some fun in the sleigh. In this case, the Hyundai i20. It's very, very fun, but you know, it's limited fun. If they had, you know, later on some sort of multiplayer racing in this, actually this might be cool. If they also add some sort of rallycross into this probably could be some of the first iterations of rallycross. I hope they add rallycross into this, could be fun. This track really can be used with any car. Rear-wheel drive or four-wheel drive will be better, but you can still use with front-wheel drive cars as well. You have to drive just a little bit different, but with this Hyundai i20 is actually quite nice. Just make sure that you have your handbrake bind and you can go sideways quite easily. In terms of details, it doesn't really change in terms of quality from the other tracks we've seen or the other stages we've seen. Of course, the scenery is far more limited than what we have in Severn or what we have in Wales. Not as complicated and actually runs quite well, all things considered. It has 10 to 20 more FPS than the other tracks. Easy to see because it's only really mounts of white and with trees in the background, but it's still, despite its simple nature, there's still a lot of love put into this track. And the cars, you know, this car drives fantastic around here. The small updates also continue into gravel driving. It doesn't feel as drastic as in tarmac because the surface is a little bit different and it will have different things. But the force feedback is the one, at least in my opinion, for this wheelbase, the Club Sport DD, that you feel most the improvement. I wish still there could be a little more improvement in terms of detail, like we should have like a detail slider of sorts, but you know, that's just me. Maybe in the future they'll bring it, maybe in the future they will not. They'll bring something different in a force feedback algorithm, but now I can discern a little more the pebbles and the depressions in here. I think it's more dramatic in the tarmac because we're more used to tarmac driving in circuits, so we kind of feel that difference as well. And also because the tires were kind of not liking being used when the car was being pressed on the brakes. And the logic over here at gravel is a little bit different because the surface is loose and surface piles up under the tire and has a different logic in how it skids and how it starts to work. There's feels like always in gravel, there's always a little bit of lag when you're driving the car around here. Not brake here. Not kill ourselves here. But all these small improvements will have to continue to be done. So the driving can be improved, definitely. Of course, my driving is my responsibility. It's not crashing here. Feels like you can yank just a little bit better the handbrake over here. Doesn't feel like the car wants to always go out. And I can feel that I can throw the car a little bit better. I'm not the biggest fan, or wasn't the biggest fan, of the Delta in the previous release, because the car always felt at the rear and was at the front of the car. Not so much here, and it feels like these changes in a tire model made the car work a little bit different, and also in tarmac. I feel like I can control the car much better in tarmac as well.
3 right, short, keep in, and 5 left, long.
I love this section. Saying this while jumping around. I think they also did something to the suspension, or they said that they did something to the suspension. Feels a little more compliant. Not that I had much to say before about the suspension, because I liked how it worked. But small refinements are always good to have.
6 right, short.
There we go.
Left, keep right, 40. Caution.
Watch out with this one.
Into 6.
Watch out with that one.
100, kink left.
Keep watching. No.
Keep right, 4 right, into 3 left.
Doing rally while you comment is very difficult. But, you know, this game is fun, and I think it's in a better shape. Mariah Carey should only come out of her hibernation in December, and I think that this update, while not drastic or, you know, game-changing, though it does change the game, it is a good addition because it's showing them that they are actually understanding what the issues are. The game continues to have issues with inputs. The performance will still need to be worked on. Probably they'll have to do something about the lightning like Arc Raiders did, to go back to the older model, even on Unreal Engine 5. I hope that will be the case to fix a lot of the issues. But in terms of driving, I think it's getting in a really good direction, much like Assetto Corsa Evo. And go check this out when it comes out, 0.2 for you, because I think you'll be happy with the changes. Tell us in the comments below what you think about this, and I'll see you next time, and probably Merry Christmas.